On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, My Hero Academia episode 82, prepping for the school festival is the funnest part. Sorry, I disagree. I'm pretty sure the festival part is the funnest part, but yeah, whatever, each their own. Honestly, after today's episode, I feel like I was just watching one of those late Saturday night infomercials. You know, the religious one where it has a way too campy southern drawl minister type? Yeah, ask and ye shall receive. I'm beginning to think that old adage is absolutely true. What's the one thing I wanted from Bakugo? Yes, character development, a little bit of empathy. Well, I got a whole shit ton of that in today's episode, but it was so Bakugo style, it was ridiculous. Now, last we left off, our heroes are in the most devastating, climactic, nail-biting adventure of their young lives. Yes, it's a school festival arc. I know it doesn't sound that exciting, but after the traumatic experience that was the overhaul arc, I definitely need a palate cleanser. And with this, it looks like we're off to a good start. After a very long-winded and intense discussion about what they actually want to do during this festival, Class 1A is taking the opportunity to let some of the other kids shine. Actually, in fact, they're taking this opportunity to, let them relax, let them let out some stress, because let's face it, UA has had a very rough go of it, ever since the beginning of the school year. Enter Bakugo. Now, they've decided on doing a band, okay? They're gonna do some kind of concert and dance performance, just something where everyone can let loose, enjoy themselves, have fun. But as we see in the beginning of the episode, someone else is taking notice, and it's Bakugo. He sees, class members of the general public laying all the fault on the hero courses, literally eyeing them down, talking shit. So when it comes to actually making, members of this band, because, Jiro can't do every single instrument, they turn to Bakugo for the drums, which he, just beats the shit out of in, perfection. Of course, a dude with that much frustration, he has to have some kind of outlet. Drums makes a perfect therapeutic device. But what he says next just blew my fucking mind. He knows what's going on, and it does seem he's starting to acquire some empathy. But in so Bakugo fashion, he puts it out there. He goes, you know what? I just don't want to do some top 20 hit, some self-aggrandizing apology. This isn't a fucking apology. It's not our fault that the villains are fucking attacking. This is a fight, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna fucking murder them with our music. Now, it makes sense to mix with the opening. We see Jiro is actually consumed with at least what I thought was creating a song, and this is the perfect opportunity that, the leeway to show you we're gonna have to create our own music to exude that, it's not our fault, but we empathize with you, but at the same time, have a hit song where everyone can relax and just let out their frustrations and stress too. But I love that Bakugo acknowledges that there is an issue and that the rest of, the student body does put a lot of the blame on our shoulders, but it's not our fucking fault. This is not a fucking apology. I fucking love that scene. I'm so proud of him. Meanwhile, someone else has set their eyes on UA. Yes, the villain of this arc, Gentle Criminal, and his compatriot, his little legal lolly, as you guys put it, La Brava, has set their sights on the embodiment of hero society, especially in Japan, held in the highest regards. It looks like they're going to try to sneak into UA, or at least that's the plan. The interesting thing about his interaction is he actually unveils some very unique characters. Unfortunately, with the heroes, all we get is a couple silhouettes standing behind All Might, acknowledging that he is/was the symbol of peace. We see some very interesting character designs. I absolutely fucking love it. Will they ever expand upon that? I hope to God they will. But honestly, who the fuck knows? Their character designs in My Hero Academia is just one of my favorite things. Everyone is so fucking unique and so different. It's just, I fucking love it. Not to mention, when he starts going over the villains, we do see All For One, but we also see, I believe his name was Destro, of some kind of revolutionary army, as well as the Peerless Thief, OG Harima. Now, I hope they go in, to further into these characters too, because like I said, this entire sequence, Gentle going through, a list of legendary figures, both in the heroic and villainous side. It even goes far as saying he's a vigilante, which is funny because that's where I put him. When he unveils the reason why he actually went to the quote-unquote J-Stop convenience stores is because he saw them doing something wrong. It's some kind of, expiration date, label manipulation or something. I don't know. He comes off as a fucking, vigilante, doing bad to do something good. I don't know. He's trying to bring attention to it, but in the end, it didn't do shit because his views are just not getting shit compared to staying, as La Brava put it. But yeah, I really hope they expand on, the characters we did see in this sequence, because their designs, like I said, are fucking amazing. Speaking of designs though, back to this little making the band with Class 1A. Did y'all catch Mineta break the fourth wall when he says he can't play guitar because of his fucking character design? That was fucking hilarious. just the little details, man. Just shit makes me giggle. So now with everything set in place, they're gonna make their own song. They have their band members picked out, their dance troupe, the behind the scenes, like After Effects and all that shit. Now it's time to switch back to our main character, because let's face it, this is a story about how Deku became the world's greatest hero, and right now it seems he's at a standstill, at least when it comes to his power progression, noting that the only reason he beat, let alone survive his encounter with Overhaul is the fact that Eri was there, using her ability to back up his, constantly rewinding the damage done to his body by One For All. So of course he turns to All Might, the guy who had the power previous to him, his actual mentor, the one that, said, hey, anyone can be a hero, here, take my power. Yeah, but unlike before where he just basically says, you have to figure it out for your fucking self, he gives them a couple more hints, going over the facts that these are the level progressions they've hit so far. Even go as far as about to, spout out what he needs to actually do. Deku comes to the realization where he needs to combine the aspect of One For All 20% with power control. Literally using All Might as an example. Hey, if he was at 100% all of the time, he would be creating natural disasters just simply walking down the fucking street. No, it seems All Might has mastered power control and is able to instantly jump power levels all the way up to 100%, thus creating, that giant fucking atmospheric weather condition change that we see in the very beginning of the series that Deku always seems to go back to. Utilizing this newfound power, he has come up with a long range attack, literally throwing out shockwaves, utilizing full cowling, finger flick mixed with going up to 20% in an instant. Of course, he still has no control, but this is the first time, and even All Might says you're not going to get it right away, and thus ends Deku's lesson in, trying to master One For All. Rounding out today's episode, we see two things. Gentle is creating a new video with La Brava, of course, explaining their upcoming heist, because, he pretty much is a gentleman thief, except he didn't steal anything, so yep, he falls in vigilante territory. And with the last sequence of today's video, we see that a familiar face has finally made it to the doors, to the precipice of UA, led by Mirio and Aizawa. We see the absolutely adorable Eri make her appearance. And it seems next episode, she is getting a personal tour of the facilities, and hopefully this will, begin to brighten her day and outlook in life, because I see her being a future star of this academy. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed today's episode. We see character progression, personality progression in the way of Bakugo. We do see that he is now more empathetic to people's plight, yet he's doing it in a Bakugo fashion. Fuck you, this is not an apology. It's not our fault the villains are fucking attacking, but at the same time, you know what? I do understand what you guys are going through, and we'll show you we understand through the power of our fucking music. I totally saw Jiro being an amazing singer. I mean, come on. I mean, why wouldn't she? But even I got a little starstruck when she started belting out those tunes. Mineta breaking the fourth wall was fucking hilarious. All the silhouettes and the new characters exposed by Gentle means I have that much more to look forward to. Hopefully they, expand upon those characters we briefly see. We finally start making some headway in actual power progression when it comes to Deku. Yes, his personality does need a little cleaning up. Maybe take 1/10 of the confidence Bakugo has in himself and give it to Deku, and we'd really start cooking with gas. But his major issue is his quirk and him not being able to control it. And I absolutely loved when All Might stepped up and was actually a mentor, not just handing out little riddles and telling him to, figure it out for yourself. This is a lesson you're gonna have to learn. Even though Deku basically, surmised it himself. And wrapping up the video with Eri. Yeah, I absolutely fucking loved it. Eri is just one of those characters that I fell in love with. I think we're all in agreement. She must be protected. Even though once she gets her power under control, she will be an unstoppable force, unlike this world has ever seen. So with all that being said, and this arc, just being a delightful romp through the My Hero Academia world, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.